Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name's Chris and it's fantastic to have you back with us for another video. And in today's video we're going to continue the series where we break down the crypto market into different sectors, highlighting the 5 or 6 top altcoins from each sector that we think are going to do really well in the next bull cycle. So do check out the other videos in this series if you haven't already. Today we're going to take a look at oracles. If you enjoy this sort of content, mash up that like button. It really does support us and it helps us out immensely here at Cheeky Crypto. We really do appreciate it. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Tapping that bell, selecting all those notifications. Why, I hear you ask? Because bear phases, bear markets, crypto winters, depending on how you want to articulate it, are really important to be engaged in, because this is where generational level wealth is made. It's made in these phases where there's lots of fear, uncertainty and doubt, and this is the time to be buying up the fear, in my humble opinion. Not financial advice. So let's get down to the desktop and let's have a look at oracles. Okay, so before we get into the obvious, right, which is Chainlink, that had to make the list, right, and that's why I'm talking about it first. But before we get into all of this, I'm not a financial advisor. This should be treated as educational purposes only. I am by no stretch of the imagination encouraging anybody to FOMO into any of these projects or make any investments based on anything that I'm saying in this video. But what I am encouraging you to do is your own research. There's no substitute for it. You know, go either discredit what I'm saying in these videos, or you'll stumble across exactly how I see things, and maybe these projects resonate with you. But I'm going to highlight the 5 in this sector that I think are going to do really well in the next cycle, and I'll sort of give you a brief understanding as to why I believe this. So we can start with the obvious, which is Chainlink, right? And unless you're living under a rock, Chainlink is pretty much first to market, most integrated and utilized Oracle service out there. So why are Oracle services important? So you've got real world data, and ultimately everything's in our opinion is going to be on the blockchain. So you need oracles in order to take that offline data online, and vice versa. So this is where oracles come in. This is kind of what they do. Chainlink is a decentralized Oracle network providing tamper-proof inputs, outputs, and so forth. So really important aspect of crypto. Everything you do in the real world needs onboarding onto the blockchain. Particularly with like Web3, with metaverse games, and you could have weather systems within the metaverse mimic the real world, for example. There's just so much that can happen when it comes to oracles, and the power of oracles is immense, and I think it's one of the strongest sectors in the space and needs people to pay attention to it, in my opinion. So why Chainlink? Obviously it's number one at the moment in concerns of oracles, right? And massively integrated, lots of partnerships, utilized immensely. And for me, this is one I'm invested in. It's one that I expect to do really well. It's very volatile. I need to be really clear on that. Swings are very big at times with Chainlink. The ticker is Link. It's ranked 22nd by market cap. It's down 9.27% at the time of recording at $6.75. Now, I'm not suggesting to FOMO in just because it's down 9.27%. I think we're going to expect lower lows. So just be very careful. Utilize tools like technical analysis and Elliott wave theory in order to make the most of your fiat and get as much crypto as possible. If this is one that resonates with yourselves, do let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on Chainlink. Moving on, API free, so Web3 API economy. Again, these oracles, they're all doing very similar things, but I really do like API free. I know Nick does. It's one of those projects that we've talked about an awful lot on the channel in the early days, but ultimately I think we're going to see some really juicy prices, and it's one to definitely keep an eye on, in our opinion. So the ticker is API free. It's $1.54 51, sorry. It's down 12.44% at the time of recording, and it's ranked 336th by market cap. I know I didn't tell you where to purchase Chainlink, but I will tell you about API free because less people would know. Binance, you got Coinbase Exchange, KuCoin, and Gate.io. So pretty much, most of the exchanges for API free. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on API free. Definitely worth when you research looking at the team for this one, in my opinion. And then moving on, we've got 𝗕𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗪, again another project in sort of the Oracle sector. I did a write-up on this one. I quite like it. I think it's right up there when it comes to oracles. Definitely worth doing some research. If you're a member of our Patreon, do take a look at the write-up that I did. I think it's really interesting and enlightening. Definitely worth spending the time on that. It's ranked 259th by market cap. The ticker is XYO. Its price is 0.006423, down 3.82% at the time of recording. And if we look where you can purchase it, Coinbase Exchange, Gate.io, KuCoin, so there's some exchanges for you to go take a look at. But make sure that you go and do that research first. Moving on, and we've got 𝗕𝗪𝗀𝗃. So this is a project that we looked at quite early on. It seemed overvalued when I initially did my research, but that was around the launch time, and these launches can really screw with the the value of projects, and I kind of feel that was why we didn't really invest in this one till much later. Not invested in it at the moment, Nick and myself, but it is one that we are sort of monitoring and taking a look at. Again, we speak to the team fairly regular, and yeah, it's interesting to see that they're in our Discord. So if you're not in our Discord and you want to know a little bit more about 𝗕𝗪𝗀𝗃, do jump in, because you can ask them directly. So its ticker is C3. It's ranked 5,258th by market cap. They're really focused on Cardano. I don't think Chainlink is really going to have much of a presence there, but time will tell whether that sort of comes to fruition and Chainlink does something there. It's down 11.37% at the time of recording at 0.1367. Again, definitely, in my opinion, worth taking a look at this one. It's on Uniswap. So not on many of the exchanges. I think if it gets an exchange listing or two, this could see this one sort of start to really pop. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on 𝗕𝗪𝗀𝗃 in the comments below. Interested to get your views and opinions. But the fact that it's integrating with some of the Cardano projects, I think this is really interesting. I think this one could be one of those underdogs that goes on and does really well. So go take a look. And then we've got UMA, again, another Oracle service, built for Web3, this one. Again, another project that really does interest me. It's definitely worth going and taking a look at this one. So ranked 140th by market cap. It's down 5.42% at the time of recording at $2.44. I think this is a project that not many people are talking about. Might be worth, if you read up, do your research, and it resonates with you, there could be opportunities here. You can purchase on Binance, Coinbase Exchange, and BitHub. So definitely a project to go take a look at and do some research on. But those are the 5 top Oracle projects that I think have the potential to do really, really well in this sector of crypto. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. Really interested to understand your thoughts and opinions on the 5 projects highlighted. If you enjoyed today's video, mash up that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, tapping that bell, selecting all the notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.